All right, my man Tommy. How are we doing tonight, dude?
I'm doing awesome, man. Yeah, just chilling, getting ready for practice tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it. Just fall ball.
The life of a college student, and not just a college student, but a college student that is one of the best players in college baseball. And I don't say that lightly, and I'm not trying to pump your head up. It's true, man. You hit bombs and you get after it. So, but before we get into the story, the journey to where you are right now, dude, I gotta ask, man. You got this, like, we're on video and we do YouTube and we put some clips out there. People are gonna see this swag. You got the glasses, you got that Tampa Bay Lightning, beanie on, man. We're gonna get to that. You got the chains. Like, is this an everyday occurrence for you, or is this just a special occasion, or what we see is what we get with Tommy White right here?
Yeah, man. I just this is my these are my pajamas actually, man. I wear this beanie and stuff, just chill out. I'm in my chill clothes right now. But yeah, the chains stay on 24/7. The glasses are blue light glasses for when I'm on the computer doing homework and stuff. Uh, but yeah, man, this is just a normal look. Game day, I'll step it up a little bit though.
I'm telling you, like, you have more swag in your PJ game than I have in my entire life, dude. That's that is unbelievable. But you do have the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I currently live in Tampa, fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning. So let's chop it up about the Lightning. Obviously, Rangers last night didn't go the way that we wanted it to. Last season kind of ended on a sour note, but I don't think people really understand how difficult it is to win a Stanley Cup, but to win multiple. And
Yeah.
for them to even get back there, I mean, they ran up against the juggernaut. I mean, the Avalanche were flat good last year, but I guess being a Lightning fan, what are your outlook? What do you think the season has in store for them? A lot of people are saying down season, but if you talk to the people in Tampa and the team, they're saying, "Man, no, that's not us, man. We retool and we're back ready to do another run." What do you think?
I completely agree. I mean, we haven't had a single season where one of our three stars has been healthy. I mean, it's either Stamkos, Kucherov, or Point that's always hurt. I feel if we can keep them healthy for one whole season, there's no doubt that we're going to be able to make a good run in the playoffs. And the Lightning is a completely different team in the playoffs. If we just make it to the playoffs, I mean, it's a completely different team. You can see that from last year. Nobody thought that we were going to get to the Stanley Cup. Honestly, I didn't think we would get to the Stanley Cup. I knew as soon as the Avalanche came to town, I was like, well, I mean, we did it past 3 years. We got to the Stanley Cup and won two of them. That's pretty good odds. But if everybody stays healthy, no doubt that we can be back there. I mean, and we got great tools. I was watching last night. I mean, Hagel's a beast out there.
Yep.
He's something else. I mean, he's going to be a big contributor. And I mean, the three guys that front line, Point, Stamkos, and Kucherov, they do their thing. I think Kucherov, he's probably my favorite Lightning. Just gives the puck up too much. That's what I saw from last night. Just needs to calm down a little bit, stop trying to be too cute, and just shoot the damn puck in the net. But other than that, I mean, the defense is doing their thing. We don't let any blocking shots is our thing. But yeah, I think we have a chance of making it back there, no doubt.
Yeah, scary. I mean, anytime any team is taking on the Lightning, they know that they got to bring their A game, and I think that's essentially what you get now that you've won the way that they have. You're going to get everybody's best shot.
Daniel,
Um,
before you move on, Tommy, Daniel tells me that there is no better sporting event than a Tampa Bay Lightning playoff game. Have you by chance been to one of those?
The Lightning, Tampa's a hockey city. I've been to some Stanley Cup games. I've been to a bunch of playoff games, and Tampa's a hockey city. Whoever says that hockey doesn't belong in Florida is completely wrong because Tampa is the best hockey city. I went to when I was in Raleigh, I went to a Hurricanes playoff game, and they're saying they're supposed to have the loudest stadium or whatever. It didn't even come close to a Lightning atmosphere. Not even close. I mean, Lightning fans are the best, and I'll stand by that until I die. It's just really unbelievable what we got going on there.
Jim, I think it's funny you got Tommy on here and he's just telling guys, just get the puck and shoot it. Just swing the stick as hard as you can. Like, I feel like that's the mentality when you go to the plate. I'm just gonna go up there and I'm gonna hit this son of a bitch as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, it happens. If it puts a hole in the outfield wall, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, But man, let's go there. Let's get into the baseball story and everything that you're about. But to do that, we got to start from the beginning. So take us back, man. Where are you from?
I am from St. Pete Beach, Florida. It's about 15 minutes from Tampa. Um, Born and raised. Just that's where I've lived my whole life. I know the beaches. I know the fishing. That's what I grew up doing, and I love every bit of it.
So down in St. Pete, is it mom, dad, brothers and sisters, just you? What's the family dynamic in the house?
Got mom and dad, and a sister. My sister moved on. She lives in St. Pete, but she lives on her own now. But yeah, mom and dad, I live with them when I'm not in college. They're great. We got a nice house down St. Pete Beach on the water with a boat, and take that thing out every single chance I can. Go fishing. But yeah, it's got 2 dogs, 2 little pups, and yeah, we're just a little small, little happy family.
Nice, man. Jim does a lot of research, and he mentioned to me in the show notes, he's like, "Hey, man, Tommy's dad was a football player, and obviously you're a big dude. Were you a football player, and was that kind of the goal as a kid, or what was the case, man?"
So he played and coached. He coached high school football until 2000, until I was born. He quit coaching when I was born. So he's seen every wrong hit, and he's been a part of wrong hits. So when I got to high school, I was like, I'm going to try for the football team. He's like, no, you're not. I was like, why? He's like, you're too good of a baseball player. I said, Dad, you played football. I mean, I watch football every chance. I mean, I know every play that's in the playbook and everything. I know, like you tell me, like he was offense coordinator. He's like, dude, like one wrong hit and that's it. You'll never throw a baseball again. There's no way you're playing football. I said, if you're an all right baseball player, sure, yeah, I'll go ahead and play football, have fun. But you have a chance to play college baseball. And I just never, I mean, until my senior year, I asked him every single year if I could play football. He kept saying no. So I never played football, but football's been a big part of our household. I mean, Sundays at the White House is a very special day. Me and Pops just sit on the couch, watch football all day. But yeah, I never played football, but he coached and played. He was a running back. Didn't get the running genes, but I got the strength from him. So so yeah, that's about it. I never got to play though.
Yeah, because very rarely do I meet guys, Tommy. When I first met you down in Baton Rouge, most baseball guys aren't bigger than me, might be taller than me, but yeah, you're a big man, so that's why I figured you might have played football somewhere along the way.
What's funny, Tommy, is Jim isn't like he's big on lifting weights too. He could take running and you could throw that away. He don't even care about that.
I don't know. Jim's a big dude, man. Took a picture with him. His shoulders he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's
in the weight room a lot.
Yeah, he's in there all the time, and if he doesn't get in there, trust me, everybody in the world hears about it. So he's not a happy guy, but he gets in there for his sanity, his mental health is what he said.
Love it.
So, but man, obviously football wasn't in the cards, but baseball definitely was. At what point and what age did you start playing baseball?
So I started playing, I guess you could say from beginning T-ball. I started playing when I was 3. You had to be, I think, 4 or 5 years old to play T-ball. But I got in when I was 3. And then I quickly moved up through Little League. I played up about 3 or 4 years. I played up and I ended up going to travel ball when I was 9. Played travel ball all the way up till high school and everything, and then summer ball. But I attended Calvary Christian High School my freshman to my junior year. And then when COVID happened, I attended IMG for my senior year of high school. Yes.
So before we get to IMG, I mean, obviously, every kid growing up has a favorite athlete. Who are you looking up to as a kid growing up?
When I first started, it was, I guess, like when I was a kid, it was probably Carl Crawford. I mean, because we had left field tickets at it was a Devil Rays then. And I would always get to talk to Carl Crawford and yell at him and stuff when I was a little kid. But then when I started like watching baseball and was really realizing like this is what I want to do, like when I started playing, I started to look up to Miguel Cabrera. I think me and him have a similar gameplay. He loves to hit opposite field home runs, and that's what I try to do with my game. So yeah, I started just watching him and stuff, and I became a big Miguel Cabrera fan.
So, I mean, obviously, you mentioned it. You were at Calvary for a few years, and then during the COVID year, you transitioned to IMG. I'm making the assumption that, given what, everyone knows about IMG, you went there specifically for baseball.
Yes, yeah.
Um, you know, for those that, don't know, what exactly is it like being a baseball player at a place like IMG? Like, what's a day to day for you? Is it all baseball and a little bit of academics, or is it like a traditional high school where you're going to classes during the day and then you have practice, after school and you're doing your thing?
So yeah, I think so it's kind of like a college based sort of way. I think like every day I'd have two classes early in the morning. They have like the school. They have a school on campus. So we go to class in the morning. Then right after class, I'd grab lunch at the cafeteria. I'd usually eat my lunch back in my dorm at IMG, and then I'd practice from about 1 to 6. It was a lot of baseball, so it was really more of a prepared thing for college, getting to live on my own, doing my own laundry, getting all this stuff, being away from mom and dad, and then the big baseball side of it is like it's a little bit of school, but it's going to be school's important. It's going to be a little bit of it, and all day baseball. Like you're going to train, we're going to be in the weight room, you're going to be on the field for 4 hours. Like you got used to that. High school practices, like a high school, were like 2 hours, just a couple situational stuff, and you hit and you field and you're done. But at IMG, we did everything. Like it was like a college based thing.
Do you think that obviously, that type of regimen isn't for everybody?
Yeah.
Obviously, it paid off for you. But I could see how in some cases, like 1 to 6 can be like a lot. So
Yeah.
the mindset that you got to have in going there, you got to kind of transition a little bit. What was that like knowing, all right, well, it's just me here. Mom and dad are not too far away, obviously, but like it's just you. You're waking yourself up, you're doing your laundry, you're making your bed, cleaning your stuff up, and you're going to and from classes and practice. Um, was that an eye opener? Was that like a tough transition, or was that something you were ready for?
At first, it was tough. I mean, the first month was probably hard, just not being able to like see my family or see my friends back home because it was COVID year, so I couldn't really leave campus. So I couldn't go like home on the weekends or anything. So that was tough. But after that, I started to realize. I mean, I'm here for one reason only. It's to be the best baseball player I possibly can for college, or at the time I was thinking about the draft. So I mean, I busted my ass and I was working hard every single day to just I got work my ass off for 6 months and do what I need to do to be the best baseball player I possibly can be. And I think IMG has prepared me so much for college, and it was great. I mean, there's some times where I didn't want to do things I wanted to do, but I mean, it paid off. That's for sure.
I mean, you said it yourself. You went there with the intention of being the best baseball player that you could possibly be, and it seems like, man, all indications you were headed in that direction. You were named All American that by perfect game and Under Armour that year at IMG. You were also the Under Armour Home Run Derby champ. Um, so let's start with your season at IMG. We know the level of competition at IMG that you play against. Did it help you prepare for the next level? Obviously, I know when I was coaching at UT, our JV team would come down to IMG and play you guys, and I don't know like as far as what squad it was that they were playing, but yeah, I mean like I that level of competition that I know that you guys can see on a day to day basis was big. Um, so, what was that like? But also, like, was it good prep for the next level?
Oh yeah, definitely because like everybody we would travel across the country and play the best high schools we could play because we couldn't play for our state championship. So we couldn't like have that competition playoffs. So we went traveled to Texas. We went to Alabama. I think we went to Georgia. But yeah, we played all over and we played the best teams we could play, and all those teams had that one dude I'd be 95 to 96 and just pumping gas, hitting spots, being like the next draft pick, whatever. So we always got to face them. So everybody circled IMG and said the ace is going against them. So every single game, I mean, we were facing 90 plus in high school, and it's pretty crazy to think that every single high school game you're facing top level arms. So yeah, that definitely prepared me for college. So there was no game in high school where we had a break from a decent arm.
Daniel, while I'm timelining this thing and I'm thinking about it because he said tournaments in Alabama, did you by chance face DeSoto Central out of North Mississippi?
I honestly don't remember. I think we were in that tournament in Hoover where we played a championship team. I don't know if they were from Mississippi or if they were from Alabama.
Yeah, no, the reason I asked is because there was a year and it's a lot of guys who are all in the SEC now that IMG ended up beating them, and I was wondering if that was the year before you. I'm actually thinking it was the year before you, but it may have been your year. But yeah, just to prove your point of what you're saying, DeSoto Central is the powerhouse here. You know, it's where Austin Riley, Keegan, Cameron James, all those guys, Blaze Jordan, all came from, and so they go down there and play schools like yours to get real competition because up here they're just not getting it.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, I got to go to this home run derby. I mean, I think of you and I see the highlights. I see your Instagram. I see what's on there. You're dropping bombs, man. So obviously you enter this home run derby. You take care of business. You win it. How many home runs did you hit to win it? And were there other big name guys that you faced off against in it?
Yeah, so I think I only hit like 8, maybe. I don't remember. It wasn't a lot though. I hit more at Perfect Game than I did at the All American or Under Armour one. But I ended up at the Under Armour one, I beat Benny Montgomery, but then at the Perfect Game one, Benny beat me. So it was kind of cool to have that. We both got one. But yeah, there was everybody could think of was in it. I think how they set it up was everybody participates, and then whoever hits the most home runs out of like the first round of everybody, like they get like 10 swings or whatever for the first whatever, and they move on to the next day. But then we did the home run derby before the game.
You know, Daniel, we're talking about that possible charity home run derby up here with Austin Riley and Blaze being the headliners, and we were talking about who could actually come in here and compete with those two guys. Tommy definitely makes the list.
Yeah, for sure. My money's on Tommy.
Even over Austin. Even over Austin.
Yeah, over Austin.
I seen Blaze Jordan. He can do some damage.
Yeah, Blaze Jordan makes a habit of winning home run derbies for sure.
Yeah.
That's all right. You know, Tommy, you obviously you caught the eye of other schools, you know, doing this. You ended up being the 18th ranked player in the country by Perfect Game. Obviously a highly coveted prospect. At what point do schools start approaching you, and when did it start becoming real where you have to go, man, I got to start narrowing it down? Or was it not, you know, many schools and it was just 2 or 3 and it was like, boom, these are the ones that I know that I'm going to put on my list?
Yeah. So I actually committed my sophomore year of high school. I committed really early. It was not many schools. I think I was talking to NC State, Notre Dame, and I had Florida State in the mix at the time, but I don't think they're really interested at the time in me. So it was really just NC State and Notre Dame that were really interested in me. At the time, Notre Dame was what it was now. It was all I knew. That it was cold and it was smart.
I'm out on that.
Yeah, I don't really like the cold that much, but so I talked to NC State. I went up there, had a blast. It was fun. Hit a bunch of home runs at the camp there, and I ended up getting off the plane and I committed the next day. And yeah, I was super excited. But it was really early. And then towards the end of my senior year, I was like, I don't really think it's gonna matter because I'll probably get drafted in the 3rd round or something. But that didn't happen, so I ended up going to NC State. Yeah.
So what was it about NC State? Anything in particular, or it was I just don't want to be cold, so Notre Dame's off the list, and Here you go, NC State. Here we go.
I love the coaches at NC State. Coach Avent and Coach Hart, Coach Clint they were awesome. So I really felt like home there at the time. But yeah, I just really liked it. I felt like they could keep me safe at the time. I guess like it felt like home because Coach Hart and Coach Clint were they were both from my area, Tampa. So it was cool to be able to connect with them at the time.
Yeah, so I watched a clip today, Tommy, and it showed you this is one of the coolest clips I ever seen. It said in the video, you said when you go to the plate, the pitcher might be the shit, but you got to act like you were 10 times better than that guy, and eventually you will be. And so, I got to ask you, going into NC State, was that the real mentality you had? Because it seemed like it was based upon your results.
Yeah, yeah. I guess at the time it was. When I first stepped on campus there, I was like, damn, I'm never gonna play. I was like, these guys are really good, but I had the mentality of like, it doesn't matter who's on the mound, I'm better than them, even though at the time I probably wasn't. But I mean, I just kept sticking to the course, and it showed that I got some home runs to me and stuff. So it was a blast. But yeah, I just had the mentality of looking at the pitcher and thinking that there's no way he's gonna get me out. Like it's impossible that he's gonna get me out. Because if you have that mentality, it's if you actually believe that and think that, not just say that. If you think that, then you're gonna do some damage, no doubt.
Did it feel good being a part of a team that was extra hungry because they got screwed the year before in Omaha?
Yeah, it was really cool because like I mean the older guys they were really awesome to the fact that they were striving for something because they got a taste of it. They got a taste of Omaha, and they got a taste of they had the College World Series right there. So to see them, the hunger in their eyes, only wanted me to work harder. So like maybe being a freshman at the time, I mean I just wanted to work harder. I just wanted to help those guys get theirs. So it was cool to see what it really took. I guess like the hard work and stuff.
Mm.
Um, so that hunger that was in the older guys' eyes almost made it personal for me, even though I wasn't on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I was in Omaha for the whole run and I watched that happen to him. But man, you just don't like to see that happen to any team. And we talked about it extensively on this podcast. We're like, NC State's gonna come back with a fury, man, because they got screwed. And most people don't like Vanderbilt outside Vanderbilt. So it didn't help any that they were the team that were rewarded with it. But luckily, they didn't get it done. But you talked about that confidence that you have. You didn't have it at first, but you get to it. Could you ever have seen yourself, being real with me, Tommy, seen yourself having that much success your freshman season?
No doubt. My goals, I told my pops, my goals for my freshman season were 10 home runs, batting 310 with 35 RBIs. Those were my goals at the time. And that was, I smashed that record or whatever. I
Yeah,
smashed.
I got him right here. Look, let's go with it. Bat 362, 85 hits, 12 doubles, 27 home runs, 74 RBIs, and 757 slugging percentage. So yeah,
Take
safe
that
to
for
say,
data.
yeah,
Yeah.
safe to say you absolutely smashed what the goals were.
Yeah.
I think you were sandbagging, Tommy, on them goals, dude.
I was being realistic with myself. I was like, I think I can actually do that.
We have some guys that come on here. A lot, most have goals. We have some that come on and say they don't have any goals, and I feel like you got to have yourself a set of goals and expectations you want to strive for. Hell, I mean, for me, if it was me, I'd be putting them high because I want to strive for the best. But you broke every freshman ACC record there was, the NCAA freshman home run record. But let's start with that opening weekend, man, against Evansville, man. Put you on the map instantly. You hit 5 home runs on the weekend, including 3 opening day. I mean, give me the emotions of just starting off like that opening weekend.
I mean, there was no better feeling in the world. We had a packed stadium, and I think it was my first at bat. I hit a home run. Yeah, it was something special. I never would imagine that to be what happened the first at bat and first game. But yeah, I got a good 2-strike fastball. I think it was high and outside. I just poked it out to center. Um, then the next at bat, I think I went yard to dead center again. Yeah, I went dead center again, and then I think I got intentional walked my first college game, which was kind of crazy.
You know what's messed up, Tommy, is that you hit so many home runs, you don't even know where they go or how it went down. You're just like, man, I think
I'll just guess right
yeah,
center for everything went.
I think that weekend he definitely sprayed one every part of the field though.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So sticking with that same theory, Miami was a big time program this past season. They're highly ranked. You go in there May 25th, you hit 3 home runs against them. What was that like? So we're not talking about Evansville anymore. We're talking about a top 15 ranked team that's in the ACC. What's it like then doing it on a much bigger scale?
Oh yeah, that was in Charlotte. It was wow. That was the city in the background. That was probably the most fun game I've ever had in my life. That was crazy. I got a 2-strike fastball outside, and it was in the other's batter's box, and I hit it out. And then I got a 2-0 fastball the next at bat, same pitch, and I hit out to right. And then my third,
Let me ask you this though.
yeah,
A 2-0 fastball in the other batter's box.
yeah,
If you don't hit that, what happens then?
strike one.
Hey,
No,
coach ain't saying nothing to him.
Nobody said.
Strike one.
I mean, how big is your zone? line to line.
It depends. I really like the outer half. Outer half's my home. Yeah.
I mean, he did say he hits oppo bombs a lot, so I mean that's no surprise there. So yeah, you were saying that was your favorite game, and I didn't even read in the notes that was in Charlotte. Yeah, I've seen that view that you're talking about.
Beautiful. All the stadium lights in the background. It was a night game. It was all flickering and stuff with the city, all the big skyscrapers, or whatever in the background. It was beautiful.
Perfect. It's what you were made for, man. The big lights.
Yeah, that was a blast. It was a blast.
So as far as the team, man, you guys come up short of the postseasons, which we discussed a lot on this show. The irony is, we think the team that got your spot was Ole Miss.
Yeah, I agree.
And we've had numerous of those guys on the show. And so it's kind of interesting, but we really do believe that was the spot you deserved. But nonetheless, y'all didn't get it. So for you and the team, man, just how much did it sting knowing that you probably should have been in, but nonetheless you were going home?
I mean, we were heartbroken. It was a tough day. All the guys watched the selection show together in the lobby of the apartments we were all living in. But yeah, it was tough. But yeah, I mean, I said my goodbyes, had dinner with the guys, and came home, and I decided to enter the portal. It was tough at the time, but I feel like I made the right decision for myself.
So you knew. It sounds like you knew, regardless if y'all made the postseason or not, you were already hitting the portal. Is that what I'm understanding?
It was in the air. I think when I came home, I had a conversation with my dad, and then we were talking for a while, and we thought it would be best for myself to enter the portal.
I got you. So, despite being named the 2022 ACC Freshman of the Year and named to the first team All SEC, you did decide to hit that transfer portal, and I'm sure you had every school as an option. Was it straight up LSU? I actually know the answer to this, but for those who don't know, give me those 3 schools that I know that it came down to.
It was Florida State, Tennessee, and LSU. Those were the 3.
Yeah, and as I told you, our other host who isn't here, he was dead set. He's a Tennessee fan. Tommy White's coming to Tennessee, and boy, Daniel will tell you when you picked LSU. Man, I was dancing around here, blowing his phone up. I could not have been more excited. So, what was it about LSU of those 3 that made you choose there?
So, Coach Johnson came to the house. We had a sit-down conversation. He flew in to my house, and it was he was awesome. He told me everything I wanted to hear, and he gave me the layout at LSU and what he's trying to do for this program, and he got it done. And I mean, I was all in on what he had to say. But then Tennessee came to the house also, and I was also really interested in what they had to say. Florida State kind of I got out of Florida State kind of early because Mike Martin got fired. I had nobody to talk to. I know Link's there now, but I had nobody to talk to at the time. So it was really Tennessee or LSU. I was taking a visit to both those schools. So I went to LSU to take a visit. I ended up not even taking my visit to Tennessee. It was too awesome here. I got a whole red carpet laid out for me. It was fun, and I mean I had a blast. And the Gavin Dugas and Alex Malazzo, they were my host. I love those guys. So yeah, I committed here as soon as I came to on campus.
So I got to ask, when Tennessee visited, did Tony V come to your house?
Yeah, Tony came to the house. He was awesome.
Hey, that made it at least. Hey, regardless of the fact that you chose LSU, you had Tony V at the house.
Yeah, I had Tony V at the house. He was awesome. I mean, he was a great guy.
He was our best interview on this show till you came. Now we're gonna knock him down the charts.
He's a pretty cool guy, man.
What are these players, these hosts, like? Are they trying to get you to commit, like, to like give them like inside information? Be like, hey man, come on, you like just go ahead and tell us, like, you want to come here, right? You're coming here, right? Is that how it goes down? Or
I mean, I don't know. Like I think Dugas was he was like, hey man, like what are you thinking? I was like, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. And then like I think we went to Top Golf and everything. I just had a great time with a bunch of the guys. Stores was with us. Nick Stores was with us too. It was just such a fun time. And I was like, you know what? I mean, I honestly don't need to really see anymore. Like when I go home, I'm gonna like think about it for 4 days or whatever, or think I'm gonna think about it. But I'm coming here. Like I'm coming to LSU. And they were like, "Oh my God, no way!" It was cool. Johnson was ecstatic. It was awesome.
I'm going to tell you, I love Gavin and Alex, and Alex is an upcoming guest as well. But man, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have Dylan Cruz posted up when you come up off there. And of course, then again, it might be a little conflict because y'all are both the kings of swag. So maybe you might feel a little threatened.
He's got more swag than me, man. He dresses nice. He looks good when he comes into the field.
So, I got to watch the fall games, obviously this past weekend. And man, we've been sitting here talking about, hitting bombs. And, here you are, man. I watched you back-to-back games. I didn't make the Thursday game, but I watched Friday and Sunday's game. And man, you didn't disappoint. You wrecked it. I also noticed that you were playing third base the whole time. Obviously you DH'd a lot of time at NC State, but we know you can play the corners first and third. We know Trey Morgan has got first locked up. He had ballerina over there, so you probably knew that coming in. But you were playing third. Are you feeling pretty comfortable? Like you might have a good shot at starting there.
Yeah, I feel comfortable. I mean, I'm gonna have to work hard. I gotta earn that spot, of course. But yeah, I'm busting my ass every day over there to try to get better. Coach Johnson's really getting me developed over there, which I want to do because I mean that's where I feel like I could play at the next level. Yeah, I was a third baseman my whole entire life, and I don't see a reason to stop now. So yeah, I'm being a sponge over there and just listening to everything he has to say, try to get better every single day. But yeah, I've always felt comfortable at third. I think it's a home for me, but yeah, I'm gonna have to work hard to earn that spot. It's not gonna be given to me, no sir.
Yeah, no doubt. And you definitely want to hold down that third base spot because there's a lot of guys that are going to be fighting over that DH spot. They let them deal with that. You play third, handle it down, have your spot in the lineup. But speaking of that lineup, Paul Skenes comes in with you, adding to Dylan Cruz we were talking about, Braden Jobert, we're just talking about Dugas, Morgan, etc. I mean, obviously the writers in the country say about it. So I know you got to feel the same way. You got to feel like y'all got the best lineup top to bottom. And the worst part is Jay's got the hardest problem because he's going to have to narrow it down to 9. I know just from watching y'all in the fall games and just studying up, man. I mean, you got 15 guys fighting that could easily fit those 9 spots. So, I mean, you got to feel like you have the best lineup coming into the season.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that the guys that we have are pretty spectacular. There's a bunch of good teams out there, but I feel like these guys, I mean, not only are we there at the talent level, but we're also there on the mental side. I mean, we're all really gelling closely. I mean, I know we have a bunch of new guys, but we're all becoming friends real quick. And everybody knows that a team that's close is a pretty special team. Like it's gonna be hard to beat a team that's as close and they're all friends, and not just individual guys. That's what I like about it. Nobody's higher than another on the team, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I love going down there and hanging out. Whether it's the players or the dads of the players that I hang out with, man, it's all family there. Louisiana is just a different culture. But just to give y'all props, I'm not going to name the Tennessee pitcher that I'm real tight with, but he admitted, because all these Tennessee fans are like, with the pitching we got, we're not worried about LSU bat lineup. Well, one of their studs absolutely says he's not the most excited about having to face that lineup. So that tells me a lot. But y'all got another set of fall games coming up this weekend. I won't be there for those. I'll be looking forward to the highlights. But you gonna drop us another bomb so we get some footage?
Well, let's hope. I'm trying to put some good at bats together. I'm trying to see more pitches too. That's gonna be the big part of my game. Try to narrow down my strike zone.
You know what sucks is that in these fall games, the pitchers have to pitch to your ass. Like there's no way I would want to.
But with our
just put them on first.
With our lineup, SEC teams are have to pitch to all of us because everybody can protect anybody. Because we have so many. Everybody's.
But think about it from the other side, Daniel. These pitchers facing this lineup are going to be prepared for anybody they face all year. I mean, that's the beauty of that.
Yeah, I mean they're
the hitters. We're gonna be prepared for any pitcher with our pitching. I mean,
yep.
Paul.
I'll tell you, look really good the other day. Ty Floyd looked good when I was there.
Oh my goodness, he made me look stupid on 3 sliders.
I wasn't going to call you out personally about striking out, but
yeah, he made me look stupid, man. That thing was gross. I was saying fastball the whole time. I got 3 sliders. I said, all right, good job. I'm going back to dugout.
Daniel,
Tommy walked up there and goes, I bet he won't throw it in the other batter's box, though.
You know who had the best gig, Daniel? Our guest, Cade Beloso. My man, hey, because he's still, on limited duty. This man hits a single and just gets to walk to the dugout because he don't got to run.
Yeah, he's still rehabbing, yeah.
The old softball treatment. I like it.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. I was like, he hit it, and then I was like, where's he going? The first hit he had, and I was like, okay, he don't got to run, cool. But no, and another thing that you'll appreciate, Daniel, I didn't see Tommy do one, but most of the guys, man, hey, Jay doesn't care how much of a power hitter you had. He had all of them practicing bunts. Did you have to lay down a bunt?
No, I did not.
He said Tommy don't got to.
I still work on bunting though, but I have to get in the game now.
Hey man, I think Tommy would be the first one to tell you it'll be the guy you least expect that'll have to do it when it matters the most.
I mean, at Florida State last year, I was struggling. I think I struck out like 10 times, and I showed bunt and tried to push one down because they had a shift on me. It didn't work out too well. My coach said, "Don't ever do that again."
Hey, we've seen some guys though. Hey, I get why you tried it though. We've seen some guys, that have been questioning, like big time home run hitters come up, but there's not a third baseman there, so they laid down a bunt and they basically jogged to first. So I mean, if you can lay down the bunt right, absolutely. But man, that's about all. Because obviously there's a lot of work to do, a lot of time. But wishing y'all the best of luck as y'all continue to build and get prepared. And man, hopefully bring a 7th title back to Baton Rouge. But like I said, I'll be looking for the highlights, and you'll be seeing me at the box all season long.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. If you guys win a national championship, I don't know what Jim will do. Like, I'll have to hear this we've been friends for a long time, and I'm still having to hear about Joe Burrow. So I can only imagine what the magnitude that
I'm having to hang on to that, Daniel, because everything has been bad post Joe Burrow, my guy.
Hey, Joe Burrow's my guy. I'm gonna ride or die with Joe Burrow.
As a matter of fact, Tommy, I hope you didn't attend the Tennessee game. Did you?
I did not. No. My Rays were playing.
There you go. He's a Rays fan too. Daniel, man, y'all best friends.
It was disappointing 15 innings of baseball.
Let me ask you this. You watch game 2, correct?
Yes.
At what point is it the 11th, the 12th, the 13th or the 14th, do you go, hey, we got our leadoff guy on. Let's do anything in our power to bunt him over and at least get him in scoring position?
I don't know. I thought the momentum shift when we had the bases loaded. No outs, and we got out of it. I thought we were gonna win the game after that, no doubt.
Yeah, and it was not a very good showing from the plate. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So, but Tommy, dude, before we get you out of here, let's play a little game that we play with all of our guests called This or That. It's very simple. I'm going to give you two options. All you got to do is pick one option or the other.
Okay.
You down?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Softball question to start this thing off. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Pizza. What's your favorite kind of pizza?
Cheese.
Pepperoni, cheese, straight cheese?
Plain cheese.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Would have never picked it. Sticking with food, who has the best food, Florida or Louisiana?
Oof. Probably Louisiana.
It's a smart answer. A hot rod wasn't gonna cook them no food no more.
Yeah, I know. I like food, but I think Florida has better fish.
I can
You
get with that.
you were talking about how much you fish. You usually catch or eat what you catch.
Yeah.
What's a better nickname, Tommy Tanks or Dylan Cruise Missile?
Tommy Tanks.
I agree. Way better. Way better. Would you rather play wiffle ball or dodgeball?
Wiffle ball.
Yeah.
He's a home run hitter, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, no. Dodgeball hurts my arm.
Would you rather go to a concert or a sporting event?
Oof, that's a good question. Any sporting event, like
Any sporting
why not?
event.
Anyone that like, let's say bucket list concert versus bucket list sporting event.
bucket list sporting event.
Yeah, what is the bucket list sporting event you would want to see?
Game 7, Stanley Cup, Lightning at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Who wins this weekend? There's a big football game. Alabama or Tennessee?
Oof. I feel like I have to say Tennessee just because they killed LSU.
There's some,
That's what we hope for.
I'm gonna say Alabama just because like you can't like go against Bama.
yeah, there's some people out there saying if it doesn't matter who's at quarterback for Alabama, Tennessee's a better team.
Daniel, I'm telling you right now, when I go to put my parlay in tomorrow, I love every bit of that 7.5 points I'm getting with Tennessee.
Mm,
You giving me more than a touchdown? That half a point is valuable.
Give me Alabama by 14.
Yeah, I'll take Alabama.
Yeah. Would you rather be a hero or a villain?
Hero.
You got a favorite here? You got a favorite hero?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I really thought he was going to go villain.
I mean, apparently I'm a villain in Raleigh, but whatever.
Oh, well, it's the home run hitter and the swag thing. It's kind of like, when we had Drew Gilbert on here, he loved being the villain.
Some people just you look at them and you go, you know that they're a villain. You just know.
I like to be a hero because I mean helping people and stuff like would you rather get like spit on and like thrown beer bottles at, or would you rather get cupcakes from like little kids?
I love it. I love the spit on it. Oh.
All right. Last question, man. And this was a question that we retired, but I'm interested to see how you would answer this. So I'm bringing it back.
All right, perfect.
Would you rather spend 10 years in a coma or 5 years in jail?
5 years in jail.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, Tommy, I tell every guest that comes on here and tells me jail, They just get on here and lie right to our face.
I told you
Oh.
he's a big dude though, man.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
like,
he can handle his own.
I mean, yeah, like jail would be terrible, but I mean, you got like you could be in touch with your family and stuff. Like you won't miss anything. You know, like if you like my sister had a kid or something, you know, like I wouldn't miss that. If I'm in a coma, the kid's 10 years old. I've missed his whole entire life. Like, yeah, I'm a bad guy for 5 years, whatever.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Tommy. Daniel's scared of this whole jail thing. He needs his nap.
Yeah, like
Absolutely. So here's the thing, Tommy. I know at my age, I'm 38. I know what I am good at and what I'm not good at. I've never been to jail, but I can tell you right now, I would not be good at. So
I don't
what
think
I
I'd be either.
what I am good at though, what I am good at is sleeping. So go ahead and give me that coma. I'll wake up in 10 years and I'll just figure it out. But I ain't going to jail, man. Just not.
I mean, yeah.
Not doing it.
I
But
think I can make it out in 5 years. I think I can make it, but I think some bumps and bruises on the way. But
Hey, and he's the hero role. He's getting out in 3 years for good behavior, Daniel.
exactly, yeah. Like,
there you go.
that's good behavior and stuff, you know.
All right. I mean, I don't know. That's a rough rough amount of
It's not
time.
gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun.
No,
No.
not at all. But man, what is fun is this interview and you and just, finally having you on and getting a chance to meet you and get your story, dude. But anything before you get out of here, anything you want to plug or promote?
Yeah, I'll throw in. I started a charity, called the Tiny Tanks charity. I'm working with Empower 225 here in Baton Rouge. It helps kids in need they want a brighter future for themselves, so they're in this program to just get the necessities they need to get to where they want to be at in the future.
If people want to help out with Tiny Tanks, where do they go? What do they do?
So go to my bio in my Twitter and Instagram page.
All right. So this is what I need everybody to do. There's a few things. If you want to know what Tommy White is doing on a day-to-day, whether that's in the classroom, on the baseball field, or just chilling out in Baton Rouge doing his thing, go on over to Instagram, Tommy.White47. If you want to check out what LSU's baseball is doing, go on over to @LSU Baseball. But more importantly, go to Instagram or Twitter, Tommy.White47. Go into the link in his bio, go to Tiny Tanks and go help out. These stories are great, and having athletes on, Tommy, is what we pride ourselves on. But really, the biggest thing that we care more about is helping people with a bigger platform, really get a positive message out there, and having character people and Tiny Tanks is just another great thing that you do, but also another reason that it validates the kind of characters and the athletes that we want to showcase on the show, man. So, hats off to you for that. And dude, if there's anything we can do for you along the way, man, please reach out to us, and hopefully we get a chance to bring you back on and talk about a national championship.
No, we will be. We will be.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
I'm not the guy that's the KOD on things. That's that guy.
Whoa,
So,
no, I've picked back-to-back national champions preseason. You didn't tell him that. You better watch out. I even put the receipts as Tanner Allen called them on Twitter for everyone.
You can pick 100 times and get 2 right, and then all of a sudden you're good at it.
Whoa, we didn't start doing college baseball picks till we did this podcast. I'm 2 for 2, my guy.
I'm kidding, man.
The hardest thing was, Tommy said, check this. They put me gun to the head. D1 baseball and Spitting Seeds and College Baseball Central, they were all having us do our things. Anyway, I put Tennessee ranked number 1, but I said LSU was going to win it all. And they were, like, what's that about? And I said, well, since 1999, whoever's finished the season number 1 hasn't won it all. So I was like, I hope Tennessee finishes the season number 1. LSU's going to take it all from that number 2 spot.
Yeah. I like that. That sounds good.
It's good logic. Hopefully, it comes to fruition. Either way, like I'm good with it, man. I'm just glad that we got a chance to meet you and we had you on. But either way, no matter what, we'd love to have you back on, dude.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
All right, that is Tommy White, everybody. If you like Tommy's story or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, please like and share the podcast on Facebook, retweet us on Twitter, listen and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. As always, comments, ratings, and feedback is always welcome. We'll be back next week. We got episode 21 coming at you. We're going to be talking to Los Angeles Angels prospect Ben Joyce. This has been the Off the Bench podcast. As always, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We out.